Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Once again, you are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. I was reading something. Tucson is set to update the 22nd bridge, and there's something about 22 perhaps. Happy Lions Gate Portal Day. Right? Thank you, highest divine white light. I feel a hallelujah. So hallelujah, hallelujah, okay, to Yah, to the Alpha and Omega. Feeling good, looking good, and yeah, it is, we are being blessed with a couple of under 100 degree weather days. So yesterday, I think the high was 98, I think. And I think it's set to be 90, somewhere between 98 and 96 today. There's a motorcycle rev confirmation, okay. Currently it's 89 degrees, 9:52 on this 8/8. Welcome in, Soul Tribe Collective. Much love to you, and I send hugs your way. In fact, speaking of hugs, I'm reminded last night that was one of my, or during my meditation, it was last night, I did 2 different meditations. One was, or focused meditations. One was, again, excuse me, a Kundalini meditation, which I do regularly, daily probably, it's safe to say. And then the other was an 8/8 portal meditation, frequency meditation. And in one of those, I don't remember which one, but in one of those, that's what I was doing. I was calling the entire collective. I was calling everyone to come together for this collective hug. You know, I'm reminded of the hysterical 90s TV sitcom Martin, starring Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell, Tommy, I forget Thomas's last name. I think he's the one who's so far from the main characters who have passed so far. Tachina Arnold, yeah. And so when they would do a group hug, you know, they would all get together and everybody would kind of raise their shoulders and take in a deep breath and sigh and release all at the same time, right? So, yeah, okay. So, again, any of those names, you might be dealing with a Martin, a Gina. Tachina would be unlikely. Pam is more likely, right? Cole, Tom, Tommy, right? Any of those names. Okay. So, also there might be something significant about the year that show debuted. I don't know what year that is. 92, maybe. Alexa, what year did the show Martin debut?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the sitcom Martin first aired on August 27, 1992.
There you go. August 7th, 1992. That was a pretty good esoteric guess. That wasn't a guess, I guess. It was annoying. So this month, at the end of this Mercury retrograde, it ends on 8/28 actually of 1992 is when Martin debuted. Where were you in August of 1992? I was just starting my senior year of high school in Orlando, Florida, at Colonial High School. Unfortunately, because of my sperm donors' exploits of polygamy, I went to 3 different high schools in 4 years because we're always running and moving. And in fact, my junior year, the house we lived in 9 months, long enough for me to complete my junior year of high school, and then we moved. That's how long we lived in that house. So, anyway, hope you're doing well. One of the other things that I did focus on during the Mercury retrograde, or I said Mercury retrograde, during the meditation, was also, again, it's a great time for manifesting, but in that manifesting, it's also important to release any baggage that we have left over from wounds, from hurt, from any of that. And so one of my focuses was, again, I've already said that I've forgiven them, okay? But even to a greater degree, I'm hearing, even to a greater degree, so that to the point to where it's not even necessary to continue to punch them in the face spiritually, which is what I always imagined me doing. I'm either punching them in the face, okay, or I have on ice skates and I'm kicking them under their chin, and I'm like literally ripping their face in half. Those are the spiritual punishments that I've unleashed on my enemies, okay? With a roller skate on, I just whack right under their chin, and it just right up their face, or it starts at their groin, okay? And I kick them in their groin, and it just goes straight up through the middle of their body, through their sternum, right up through their throat, through their head, and everything, with an ice skate on, okay? So getting rid of all of that, okay, even that, okay, and really, truly clearing the slate. It takes a lot to do that, mainly because a lot of us are still waiting for justice. And the 3D, a lot of us are still waiting for justice, okay? And so that was a lot of what I was doing during those meditations, and thanking highest divine white light for the temporary place that all of those demonic spirits that took over those bodies held in my life. And again, they were only temporary. They were to teach us a lesson, and then they were to be done away with. Teach us a lesson, and then be done away with. Okay, it was 7:42 when I looked at the timer. That's a 6 through multiplication. Okay? So, let us continue. We are going to, again, continue through embracing your aura. Okay? So we are here with Mystic Michela, and the family portion, auras and families portion. It was two different parts to that section. I definitely got some things from that in regards to whether the family members are platonic or I should say platonic, whether they're family members. Hopefully you're not fucking your family. So, but whether those relationships are biological or whether they are inherited family, okay? Again, I don't do stepbrother, stepsister, stepmother. I don't do any of that. Oh, speaking of which, before I share what's your journal, or what's your aura, what's your journal, I'm opening my journal. So I am, and I opened right up to the dream. This is meant to be. I opened right up to the dream that I was going to share. This is meant to be. Okay? So, I'm going to show you this, and again, please excuse my chicken scratch, okay? I will be the first to admit that, I have good penmanship, but typically not when I'm writing in my journals, because I'm writing from remembrance, and so I'm writing to capture. I'm not writing for legibility, right? I guess, right? So on 11/2 of, let's go back, 11/2 of 2014, I had this dream. Okay, so let's go back and pick up where this dream, okay, so in this dream, Janice Hall, speaking of step parents, so Janice Hall it was through the 80s, the woman that Kevin met while he was working at a bank is the last W-2 job he's ever had under his Social Security number. When he got out of the Navy in 1980, he was working at a bank. He was either fired or he left. But he met a woman in Chicago whose name is Janice. And Janice bore him Kevin Joseph and Crystal Janice. Okay? They ended up leaving him in 1989. Okay? Because he wouldn't stop his polygamous ways, and Janice only wanted us kids and him. All right? But he wouldn't quit. So, she passed. Again, pay attention to any names, dates, birthdays, what have you. All right? She passed in 2008 from some type of cancer. Okay? Again, cancer is just the scientific reason. The natural reason is far more intricate than that. Okay, it could be from karmic issues, it could be from witchcraft, it could be from things that they did not clean from their bloodline. There could be a number of reasons why someone dies, or it simply could be that their daytime and years have come to an end on this earth for that lifetime. Okay, but anyway, she passed in 2008. Okay, so in this dream, we are congregating at a building for service. That's for a traditional church service. We walk around gathering outside rather than inside. Okay, I look around and see Steve. Back then we called him Apostle. Again, he's the senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida. Again, that's also one of the bitters that I worked to clear during my 2 manifestations this morning for the Lionsgate portal. Okay? Again, understanding that people were in your life temporarily to show you who you are and to show you who they are and to see if you learn the lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, if I didn't learn the lesson that Steve taught me, okay, and not believing the truth, someone else would show up wearing a different pair of pants, and their name might be John or Michael or whatever, okay, Jim, whoever, and I would have to repeat that cycle all over again. Okay? So, Steve pulls up in a pickup truck, and I know this dream kind of by just from remembering, so I'm probably not going to read it verbatim. But Steve pulls up in a pickup truck, and he's singing a song, or we're singing a song. Okay, and the song is "Great is Thy Faithfulness." Great is Thy faithfulness. Great is Thy faithfulness. Something, my Father, new mercies I see. All I have needed, Thy hand hath provided. Great is Thy faithfulness, Lord, unto Thee. Okay, great is Thy faithfulness. As we're walking around singing, I notice a few faces from the Rock of Central Florida, one of which is Anthony Brown. Again, pay attention to the names. You might be dealing with someone whose name is Anthony, Tony, or Brown. Okay. I then see Janice. Okay, again, I had this dream in 2014. She had already passed 6 years prior. She's young, or younger. She passed at the age of 48, so she was already young, physically. Her hair is thick and full. I make note of that because she did pass from cancer. Okay. She's walking around as well. Eventually, we stop walking but continue singing. She's holding an infant boy. Okay? All right? I go to her and say, "Thank you, Janice, for joining me today, for spending time with me." Okay? All right? The last time I saw Janice, physically speaking, I had just gotten my driver's permit, and we had not moved from Florida yet. We moved or to Florida yet. We moved. Somebody might be moving from Florida, like I did. Um, we moved from Illinois to Florida in 1991. 19 or 91 might be significant for your journey. Or that might represent change of some sort for you. And it could represent, I should say, change of some sort. Okay? We embraced as I began crying. I remember her telling me the last time I saw her again. So if I had just gotten my driver's license, my permit, actually, not my driver's license. I remember her, we met at a buffet of some sort, like not a Golden Corral, but like a Shoney's or something like that. Okay? And she was telling me how proud she was of me that I had my driver's license and I was growing up to be such a handsome young man. And she's telling me all these things. I believe she was birthed in 1960. That is correct. 1960. Yes, that is correct. Okay, for her to be 48 years old when she passed. 1960. 60 or 6 might be significant for you. Or 1960. Okay. We embrace as I began sobbing deeply. She smiles. I tell her I love you. We fall to the ground embracing as I cry. She's still holding the infant. I wake up with tears running down my face. Okay? And so I was reminded of this dream in part because it goes along with, again, I didn't plan on sharing all of this. So the What's Your Aura reading is gonna be probably, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this is what I'm guided to share at this time. So yeah. The download from, or that I got, the word that I got from the prophet in 2014 also when he told me that I was going to have twins. So understand that there are individuals, okay, who have your best intentions at heart and your best hopes, and I shouldn't even say intentions. They have the best hopes for you at heart, okay? They have been here. They might have been a husband or a wife to your mother or father, but they loved you deeply. They may have been someone who would be called a step-brother, step-sister, right? Again, I wouldn't use those terms, okay? You either are or you're not, okay? And so understanding that there are those who are working in the ethers who are no longer physically here with us, that we have met this lifetime, who are protecting promises that were made to us and that are written in the Akashic records. Okay? All right? And maybe that's all I'll do for this video, and I'll just start over with the actual What's Your Aura reading. Okay? So, give me a moment, and I'm going to grab my other journal since that's the route that we're going. Also, I'm feeling the need to pull some cards. So let's take a look at this other journal entry. Okay, again, you can find both of these journals. I go completely through both of them You can find those on a playlist on the channel. Okay? And also I'm going to look at the dates for when I believe I met that prophet in the grocery store in the summertime. I had that dream in the wintertime. Let's take a look. I'm wondering if I should remove some things from this journal, like things that I've taped in it. I'm wondering that. So let's see. So you see this letter right here? These letters right here? These are the types of letters. These are the types of letters. I was writing this on 4/15/18. These are the types of letters that I see in the Akashic Records, stamped in the Akashic Records. They are raised bronze letters, okay, in the Lamb's Book of Life, or yeah, as the religious people call it. So let me find where. Maybe it's not in this book. I was thinking it was in that journal. So let's find it in this journal, where I make note of what the prophet told. There are so many good dreams and stuff in here. It is confirmation with whatever that boom was. There's so many, man. Yeah, so much. It's good. Hopefully you go back to look at your journals from time to time. Look. Okay, so you often hear me mention Linda, right? Again, she's the mother of Kimberly Kerner Parker, the wife of the senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida, Central Park. There might be something about Central Park in New York, something about Central Park. I said it. Okay? But I had a dream about her. She passed in 2019, but I got a download from her on 4/29/15. That's her name. Okay? And she said, you do it. Again, this is 8 years before. Yeah. 8 years before I leave the Rock of Central Florida, where I was sent in 2002. She said, you do it. I'm doing it, Linda. And thank you for your help, baby. I love you dearly. So again, be patient with me as I look for this entry in here. I know it was in 2014. Saw another dream about Judy that was a confirmation that a friend had. I didn't even have it. A friend had it, asking me if she was really truly saved. The answer to that, Michelle, is that friend's name. The answer to that, Michelle, is hail to the gnaw. To the gnaw, gnaw. Hail to the gnaw. She ain't really saved. Confirmation with the siren. Can you hear it? Can you hear the siren? Confirmation. She is not really saved. Okay? She's just a religious ass. Highest Divine White Light, help me find this journal entry, okay? Because But anyway, I don't know why I can't find it. But anyway, in this journal, in this time with this prophet, 30 minutes in a grocery store, he tells me also that I am due to have twins. And again, I only wanted to find it for synchronicity purposes, so that because I was curious to know. Oh, okay, here we go. It's at the very beginning of the journal, 4/18. Okay, so here are some of the things that he told me. Again, I've spoke about the evangelic anointing. Okay, that's my only occupation. That's what he told me. He told me that my wife will come at the end. Again, at the end of that cycle, 7-year, 10-year. There's several cycles that are closing out this year in the year of the dragon. Okay? Happy Mamba Day to everyone, by the way, on this 8/8 portal. Yep, there will be twin boys. See, he said twin boys in marriage. Okay? Also, I am reminded of a lady that me and the woman that I married in 2015, for a brief period of time, 2015, we were at a bowling alley, and Highest Divine White Light is bringing this to me for some reason. I'm reminded of this right now for some reason. This is the third reminder. 3. It's 25:44 on the timer. 10:16 and 89 degrees. Okay? Taylor Swift concert in Vienna canceled after 2 terrorist plots. Interesting. Might be dealing with someone whose name is Taylor or last name Swift or initials are TS. And so at the bowling alley, the woman that I was married to at that time, her initials are CLT. Okay, you might be dealing with someone whose initials are CLT. Okay, in any order. And this woman, we see this woman, and it's an old teacher of hers at this bowling alley. A former teacher, not an old teacher. A former teacher of hers. And this teacher tells her, oh, it's so good to see you. You look so happy. And we tell her, that we're married. We were fairly freshly married, I believe. And she says, I was a part of a bowling league for a couple of years. My average got up to about 165. And again, I mentioned numbers for a reason. 2707 on the timer. I mentioned numbers for a reason. And she said, you guys are gonna have twins, or I hope it's twins, or something along. She mentions twins, okay? And this is between 2015 and 2017 that this event happens, okay? I don't know if I wrote that down in this journal. I probably didn't. I probably did not write that down. Nope. Oh, shit. Wow. Okay. So Highest Divine White Light is taking me back through my journal and helping me to see how prophetic I was and am. Take a look at this shit. Okay, so 119, that's Judy's birthday, by the way. She was 60 on this day. She turned 60. She turned 60. I said mommy, but yeah. Tom and Denise were again a part of the house. This was a dream I had on 119 of 16. Here's the significance of this, okay? They caused the great exodus from the Rock of Central Florida, or of the Rock of Central Florida, in 2013. Again, pay attention to the numbers. Pay attention to the numbers. I started dialysis that same year, okay? My friend, or at the time a friend, Tamara, and her husband Archie, Tamara and Archie, and their last name is Phillips, okay? Might be significant, any of those names, okay? He was birthed on 11/26, the same day as Steve. They're a part of the Rock of Central Florida. He is the quote-unquote prophet of the rock, at the Rock of Central Florida, or at least that was the title he wore before they did away with titles, okay? So Tom and Denise, Tamara and Archie might be significant for your journey, but Tom and Denise were the catalyst for splitting the Rock of Central Florida in half in 2013 and taking half of the congregation with them, okay? They went to start their own church, okay? So that was a snake in the garden, okay? And so Tamara told me, this is Tamara in 2013, Also, my friend Marsha started dialysis in 2013 for a very different reason. Mine was due to witchcraft. Hers, 3003 when I looked at the timer, hers was due, you can tell these messages are coming fast. Hers were due, or confirmations. Hers was due to neglect of her body. She was a diabetic and did not take care of herself. Okay? And so, Tamara told me that we each represented something. And she said, what I represented was the genuine true heart. Okay? That's what she told me I represented. Okay? The righteousness. And these are her words now, her words. She told me this at the hospital when we were on our way to see Marsha in the hospital, who spent 88 days in the hospital initially. 88. Okay? 88. She also passed on 128 of 2020. Okay? So, she tells me that Marsha represents those who have neglected righteousness. So Marsha represented, pay attention to this timeline. Marsha represented those who neglected the righteousness. So she neglected her physical body in the care of herself. Neglecting the care of your spiritual man or your physical man. They both result in the same thing, and that's an unfortunate death. Untimely death, I'm gonna say. Okay? No doubt that if she wasn't a diabetic, or if she was a diabetic and still took care of herself, she would be better today. If you don't believe me, go visit. I grew up with this stunner of a woman, but she is Diabetic Diva. Go on YouTube and look up Diabetic Diva. This girl's name is Nikisha Henry. Her maiden name is Robinson. I grew up with this girl in part because her mother for a time was involved with Kevin, okay, in the 80s, all right? And so if you don't believe that you can grow up to be this fabulous individual physically and mentally, okay, go look at her channel. Yes, she is someone who is power to the black people kind of mentality, and I don't agree with that, but that's just her. That's her, where she's at. That's where her energy is, okay? More power to her for it, or whatever, right? I don't subscribe to any of that, okay? I am about oneness and about the human race. I'm not about subscribing to any one particular race. Again, NAACP and all that bullshit, keep it, okay? I want no affiliation whatsoever with race-associated organizations of any sort. 33 minutes exactly on the timer, 10:23, okay? And so that's what Marsha represented. In that same year, again, the Exodus happened when half the members left with Tom and Denise to go start this other ministry. Okay? I had a dream in 2016 that they were coming back. In 2022, Steve let them back. Okay? This is how I see that. That is the equivalent of me allowing or receiving or accepting or welcoming the disease, the rare autoimmune virus that man has no cure for today. Man has no cure for. Okay? So it's either dialysis forever or kidney transplant or miraculous healing. Those are the only three ways you can get rid of IgG4 nephropathy. Okay, man doesn't have a pill. All right? And if they did, it would only be a Band-Aid. So, in 2022, Steve let the disease back into the body of the church, of his church. Steve allowed the disease back into the body of the church. Okay? I had a dream about this 6 years before it happened. 34:33 again on the timer. Okay? So, highest divine white light is taking me back today, very interesting, taking me back through the prophetic dreams that I've had, visions that I've had over the last 10 years that shows what was going to happen in the coming days, months, and years. Very, very interesting. Okay? That just stood out to me like, woo, that leaped off the page. I mean, wow, wow. And on Judy's 60th birthday, no less. Okay? So Janice was born in 1960, and this would happen on Judy's 60th birthday. Again, so today's something about sixes. Something about sixes. Okay? Also, I am there's my friend Carrie. She was my prom date. She passed on 12/7 of 2017, exactly 4 months after I received my kidney transplant. She was diagnosed with a rare liver disease, and then she dealt with something else, some type of cancer, pancreas cancer or something, in her short life. Okay? Part Asian, part Caucasian American. Okay? That smile is just lights out, man. Lights out. Lights out. Yeah. I met her. We were 16 years old, both working at the movie theater in Altamont Springs, Florida. Okay? Her first job probably, and mine. I worked for 6 months in Illinois before we relocated, but it was also at a movie theater, so I consider that to be my first job. Okay? Oh, see, I wrote it right here. To the day 4 months after my kidney transplant, Carrie Fong, that's her name, passes. My prom queen, I love you, and thank you for your time. You remain. And indeed she does. Okay? I'm reminded of that's interesting. I'm reminded of Jeremiah 11:29. Alexa, what is Jeremiah 29:11?
Jeremiah 29:11 reads, "For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace, and not of evil, to give you an expected end."
Okay? So in the King James Version, it rings better. Okay? For I know the thoughts I have for you. Okay? To prosper you and to not harm you, to give you hope and a future. To sum up Jeremiah 29:11. Okay? I was born on 11/29. Okay? Perhaps you should look up the scriptures that relate to your dates of birth. Okay? Maybe that's something I should do. All right? So, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of cards and see what we have today for the energy, because we are flowing. It is good. Okay? Again, confirmation bird. Wow, that was loud. Sorry. I hope that did not pick up. Excuse me. Thank you so much once again, Highest Divine White Light. You are true. You are faithful. You are gorgeous. You are beautiful. I am glad that my first marriage is to you, and that marriage will remain regardless of any other marriage. That marriage is strong enough to sustain me. 39 minutes exactly on the timer when I looked over there on the video timer. Okay? And it's 10:29. That's a 39. So again, Soul Tribe Collective, I hope you are doing wonderful on this day. If you are not, please cleanse your energy. Okay? Put down whatever bad habits that keep you from doing that. Okay? Whether that's drinking, eating, smoking, friends, whatever bad habits those things happen to be. Neglecting yourself, as unfortunately my friend Marsha did for so long. Okay? There's something about a lucky day. Lucky Day, D-A-Y-E. I guess he's a music artist. I didn't know that. Lucky Day. So yes, thank you, highest divine white light, for the energy of the day, for the 8-8 portal, for this Mercury retrograde. We thank you for Sirius, which is Isis, that moon, and the Earth in their perfect alignment. The High Priestess, say it, say it, say it, say it. The High Priestess, come on now, High Priestess. I need to get something to put these cards on so that we can see them. Okay. High Priestess. I didn't plan on putting my face on, so I didn't set up everything for me to be on the camera. Again, I pressed record thinking that this was going to be a what's your aura reading or what's your aura sharing, right? So what else with the High Priestess, highest divine white light? The Hanged Man. Okay. And one more. Wow. And the Ace of Swords. Okay. So full protection. Okay. For you, I am a divine feminine energy, again, that has nothing to do with a penis or a vagina. Please look up what a divine, I was going to say a high priestess, please, or a high divine feminine, I was going to say. Please look up what a divine feminine and divine masculine is. So for us, high priestess, divine feminines, protection, okay? And also, right here, the Hangman represents decisions, okay? So there are offers coming in, contracts coming in, esoterically or physically, okay? We'll have to make a choice, and we'll make the right choice, and we are protected in making those choices. We are protected on all sides, north, east, south, west, and everywhere in between. The highlands, the lowlands, the mountains, and the valleys, we are protected, okay? So let's go ahead and pull 3 angel cards, angel number cards. Oh, let me shuffle these first. 3 shuffles. Oh, I never meant, I don't know. I put it in the description section, but my email address is theencourager333@gmail.com. One more shuffle. Highest divine white light. 3 angel numbers, please. Thank you, Horus. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Neptune. Again, Isis. I speak to you today as you are. The Mercury retrograde energy aligning the sun. Isis is the spiritual sun, the esoteric sun. Okay, Ra is the natural sun. 3 angel number cards that clarify the 3 tarot cards, please. Ooh, we on fire today. It is, it's a good day. It's so good. 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 I just heard a whistle. I don't even know what that was. Might have been a bird. 222 for alignment. Okay. How do you move forward toward your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Amen. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Following These roots will help you discover your life's purpose. 333. Okay? Again, I'm not the only one born on the 333rd day. We all are chosen. It's just a matter of if we choose. Okay? 333. Support. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Do something, okay? I was going to say do something that will boast. I don't even know why I'm adding all of that. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for the sense of purpose and contributes to your community. And then 0000, limitless potential. So the support, I'm going to change. I'm going to put the support under the Ace of Swords for protection. Limitless potential, I'm going to put under the Hangman card. Okay? And leave the High Priestess with the 222 for alignment. Okay? Those opportunities that come in, they are limitless opportunities. They will provide limitless cash flow, limitless soul tribe connections. They will provide limitless esoteric journeys and ascensions and healing, not just for you and your family, direct family, your biological family, but also for your extended, again, your soul tribe family. Okay? So 0000. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished if you can dream it. Okay, we just went through a couple of reminders. Highest Divine White Light had me go through. Again, I did not plan on this when I pressed record. There is no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax. Okay? And again, that's why I mentioned the other day about me pulling back my energy from I guess essentially from my divine masculine. Okay, I don't know who she is, but that is what I was doing because I was getting antsy. Okay? And when you get antsy, you get anxious. Again, as I like to say, here's a Nehruism. Worrying about the future creates anxiety. Worrying about the past creates depression. So be in the present because it is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Okay, so Merry Christmas in August to you. All right. So thank you so much again for being a part of the channel Soul Tribe Collective, new subscribers. Okay. Again, sending great love to you energetically and with that great big hug. Okay. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Okay. Thank you so much as always. My name is Nehru. This is Esoteric Guidance. Be encouraged.